And right now with me on the line from Maryland is Rafi, Aviation and Transportation Security Expert. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
You know, I'm trying to understand since this afternoon how after September 11, in the name of God, they don't follow security rules.
Well, that's one of the questions that many Americans, including members of Congress, have been asking during the last couple of weeks since the information became public and TSA's performance has been criticized as being very poor. But I think that the problem is not limited to TSA. I think it's a much wider issue of the understanding and actually agreeing or accepting the fact that since 9/11, we've been trying to improve Homeland security and aviation security especially, but that has a cost, and that cost is not only money, but also there's a cost in other terms, like, for example, certain civil liberties that most Americans consider so dearly.
Mr. Ron, I'm trying to...
The original legislation limited the ability of the various intelligence agencies to share information, something that obviously contributed to 9/11.
Yeah, but Mr. Ron, Mr. Ron, I want to ask you, because we understand that after September 11, there was like, let's say, an anti-movement, if we can call it this way, against Islam. And maybe right now the United States doesn't want to put itself in a certain situation where it's, let's say, distinguishing people because they're Muslims or because they're from a certain origin. Maybe the politically correctness in the United States is giving them and maybe putting them in a situation that they are failing to see or follow security arrangements.
Yeah, there's no question that the sensitivity when it comes to the religious, if you wish, classification of people, or in other terms, which is a very negative term here, profiling people by their religion. That is something that is not only not acceptable here, but it's actually illegal.
Yes.
The question whether somebody is Muslim or not is really not going into the formula. But the situation that was discovered as far as those 73 names that came up lately is much worse than that, because these are people that appear on the list as being people that are connected to terrorism, but information was not shared across agencies.
Yeah, and this unfortunately can maybe bring the next September 11, but we will talk about it in a different occasion. Rafi, thank you very, very much for this.